Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. So today's Tech Tip Tuesday is on Microsoft Word. Like all of our tech tips, getting better together. We're going to do a quick overview and then open up the floor to questions. So this is going to be a quick overview of features. We're not going to do a deep dive in here, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of hit each one of them. If you have questions here at the end of how one in particular works, let me know. I can jump into them in a lot more depth. So again, talking about Microsoft Word today. So we're going to go ahead and open up Microsoft Word to a new document. So first thing you'll notice now in Microsoft Word, they have Copilot, right? So they're asking a lot of different questions here, or a lot of really promoting this use of Copilot. Copilot can be used for writing an email, writing a document. Here, so for example, create a list of tips to use Microsoft Word better. And it will actually draft the whole thing for you, right? So here's some tips. Show me how to use each one. And then you can update that and just put it through here. Basically, we'll make it, and let's just say keep it. So that just gave me a quick list. So using that, I can always press Alt-I, and it's going to open up that Copilot for me. Or I can go up here to the top right and hit Copilot. Maybe. There we go. Open up Copilot and ask it, create a 1-paragraph summary for an email. And then it will create a summary of everything here. That did kind of a crappy job, but that's all right. I should have told a little bit more about what I wanted to do. But anyway, so it's Copilot. It's getting better. It's in here. While I'm here, you can have your little editor here. This will tell you what your scores, where there's some spelling issues. This has kind of replaced your grammar check or your spell check back and forth. So you can see where there's maybe some issues with clarity and things like that. Next, I want to show you guys, just make sure you're leveraging your templates here. So there's a couple different templates. If you hit new, you can create a bunch of different templates. Like I would actually recommend this welcome to Word, inserting your first table. So, and you can search everything in here like resume, templates, and just get a bunch of different options. There's now there used to be like 5 options for these things. Now there's probably hundreds of options and templates that come up automatically. You can always pin a template if you really like it and have it right there accessible for you. And now it'll be back in your templates available for you. You can also start making company level templates as well and share those around the group. I can show you here at the end of that as well. So then another little thing here, check out your info tab. Like one of my pet peeves is that people will take a file that's been sent by a bunch of different people, and they'll have this author in here that has not been with the company for 5, 10, 15 years. So it will be like, why are we looking at that at this point? So that's a good example there. You can also add like additional properties here, like a title, a tag for helping searching, comments, and then put a subject in here. So a lot of different things here, company, and just give it some metadata that helps with searching down the road. Use that. A lot of people will use this print to PDF here. What I recommend is actually doing a save as. We'll just do this PC real quick, and then change it to PDF right here. So that's actually, it uses Word settings to create the PDF. So it does a little bit of a cleaner job than like using Bluebeam, for example, to create that. That's really helpful there. Yeah, so then also sharing this file. So make sure everything should be saved to OneDrive or SharePoint or wherever you want to save it, but OneDrive in general. And then when you share, you have your sharing options. So anyone, in my case, building better, only people that you add or existing, you can choose whether they can edit, review, download, and then just share. And that's really helpful. Once you get into a sharing mode, you have the ability to in the review tab to do a lot of track changes. I mean, you have this ability anyway. If we want to delete Microsoft here and how to use Word better, and you can go ahead and create that and set it up. And then you'll track changes. Another little thing here is you can add your comments. So if I add @Ralph, it will actually send me a notification. I can assign it to me and say this effective is a better term. And then Control Enter will just assign it to me, and then I can check it off that I've done it. So it's actually sending me notifications in the background. So marking those changes, you can use these navigates, accept all, reject all. You'll also notice, just a little tip for everyone, that wherever there's a change, that there's markings here on the left that you can actually see that change has been done, that's there and available for you. Once you're done with these, go ahead and accept all and stop tracking, for example. Another little thing is I really recommend that you start, like, honestly, it has them here, doing these and learning some of these features here. Once Control C, Control V, I would actually say like Control X is a better one than Control C in a lot of cases. So your Control X is cut. You want to have that. Control H here, your find and replace, better with effect. Oh, find what better with effective. And then you can do a replace all. And it made 2 replacements. You can actually do replacing formats as well, like styles, different things like that, or special. So if you want to get into some more advanced things, there's a lot of things there that you can do. Just take a look at that. Also, with this, there is Control I or Alt I to open back up that Copilot. So just keep that in mind as well. I don't really use Control Print that much. So as you're going here, remember when you're collaborating, you have your version control. So you can always hit version history, and there probably won't be many versions here, but I can see the 2 versions, and I can always go ahead and restore it back to the original version if you make changes. So I'm never worried about people making changes, and you can always jump back and forth between all these versions. And then you can just close it and go back to the one you're on. So remember, you have version history as well. A little thing that's my preference is this paragraph symbol. So if you want to use paragraph symbols, they're really helpful. I like having them on. Sometimes they're annoying to people, but it tells me exactly. Sometimes you have something like a line break in there and you don't know why it's happening. So these paragraph symbols are really helpful. Or sorry, page break. I would recommend everyone learning how to use page breaks instead of doing, like, one of my pet peeves is this enter, 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 enter to get me to the next page. So page breaks, a lot more effective. You just come in here and press Control Enter. Now you're at the next page break, and I can see all these extra paragraphs. Another little thing that you can do inside your text is, say I wanted to put a separate line for each of these, or just I can do a Shift Enter instead of a regular enter, and just start breaking this up for clarity. So I'll do this a lot every time here, and just kind of gets a little bit clearer there for my text. So that makes it a lot easier to start seeing stuff. A little trick as you're typing paragraphs. So if you're just typing along, and then you want to give issues, for example, putting a dash and typing issue 1, 2, 3, that will automatically put it in bullet format. Yeah. If I just type in 1 period and then type something, it'll start putting it right into bullets. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Another thing to think about is styles. So let me turn this back on and get rid of my breaks. There's tons of different breaks, by the way, if you want to look at them. If you go under layout, you can see all the different break types, section breaks, text wrapping, things like that. So lots of different breaks. But maybe I want to give some headers to this. So let's start looking at styles. Styles are really helpful to get consistent documents throughout everything here. So throughout your entire document. So if I wanted to create, instead of coming in here and going like keyboard shortcuts. And then come in here, quick access toolbar. What I want to do, maybe I want to bold this, which bold Control B, right? And then I want to increase the font a little bit and maybe make it italicized or something like that. Word has these heading styles that will automatically come in here and put heading. We can put just clicking heading and then styles. So you can come in here and make heading. If you have a subheading, and maybe let's talk about ever advancing in here and make this like a subtitle. So there are a bunch of out of the box items, but the cool thing is, so say I don't like this being slightly blue, I can come in here and modify it and I can change my color to automatic. It's going to update it there, or maybe I want to make it, modify it to be format, font. Let's do small caps, right? And click that and click OK. And now it's all small caps. So I made those changes in my styles throughout everything really fast. If you get really good at this, you can also, well, when you get good at this, you'll turn on this navigation pane and I can go and jump to each section really quickly. So I can kind of see all that right there. It has it up and down, makes it really nice to jump around. So really start thinking about your styles, get good at those. Really helpful. While I'm here, remember, you can hit your arrange here up and then arrange it on another screen, but you can split it into multiple windows and I can be working on the same thing in multiple windows at the same time. So, or new window, and now I have this little tube behind it. It's the same window. While you're here, you also have dictate. That's under your home. You can dictate and say anything that you want. I'll also remind you of the read aloud. So when I'm reviewing something and I need to make sure it sounds good, I will read it aloud back to me and make sure it sounds good. For those that know me, I probably should use that more often, but there's only so much time in the day. Let's go ahead and close this window and jump back to our other one. So we talked about breaks, side by side and views, styles. A little bit more with styles is just like you have that ability to add your own template. So you can get these will actually stay in here. If you go to design, you can jump between different styles really quickly of everything that's built in. And you can even start creating your own. So you can save as a new style set. And whatever you have set up currently, will save it as a new style set. If you get good, you can even get themes. And I would recommend creating company level themes for everyone so that you have consistent themes, and themes will keep your styles format. It will also do font sets, color sets, all these effects here. So you can basically use that same consistent Word document format over and over again. There's also those template docs that we were talking about earlier. Another little thing here is, remember, you have your headers and footers. If you double click in the header and footer, you can come in here. You can create all these footers. There's more footers online that you can look at. So you can use these footers like this. This is an automatic property that's put in here of like quick parts. So there's quick parts here like auto text and a bunch of different things like that you can put inside here. If I click out of that, I can click in quick parts and add a field, add some document properties like publish date, keywords, comments, company. So if I type in company here, yeah, and then get out of my title, close my header footer, and I go in here to insert, quick parts, document field, company. It's going to use that same thing over and over again, that company name over and over again. And make a change here. It will update right there as well. So using those fields, you can make your own fields as well. That's really helpful to setting it up. While we're talking about quick parts, say I'd want to come in here and maybe put like my signature. Okay. I can even save this as a quick part. So let me just clean this up real quick. Turn off my paragraph symbols for us. Highlight this and go up to insert. We're going to do quick parts. We're going to do auto text. Oh, got to have something selected. Quick parts, auto text, save selection in gallery. And then I'm just going to make this say signature. So now if I'm walking through this and I just type in signature, you'll see this little up here at the top, this little thing here. All I have to do is press enter and it puts in my signature for me. So anything that you're typing over and over again, using that signature thing is super helpful, or the quick parts there is super helpful. Some other things that you can do inside your insert, you have insert table. So if I want to make any size table real quick, and what I like here is you can come in here and really quickly create and change your styles. If you get good at this, you can even make your own company level styles. So you can modify this table style and get it to set up and do some formatting, banding, table properties, and make it specific to your organization, how you want to set it up. And those will go with those themes as well. It will have styles built in for tables that you can use over and over again, especially with templates. So you can do this thing, merge rows, split cells, bunch of different things in there. I might do a whole entire tech tip about just table styles in Office. So I'm going to delete that. Other things that you can insert, you can always insert stock photos. So this isn't really nice. Let's make one on technology. So you can find this, insert, and now I have a stock photo added to my Word document. Also, that's in PowerPoint, that's in Excel, a lot of different things there. You can always crop. If you click on these, you have right click, you have your crop, you have your style settings right there for you and available as well. A couple things, you got videos you can insert, screenshots, smart art, things like that, text boxes. So just remember that. Another little kind of nice one is a date. If you're always putting the date in here, you can do that. And then when you right click on that date, I don't know why it's not giving me that update automatically option, but it should allow me to update that automatically and refresh it. Talked about that, find and replace, read aloud. I'll give you a last couple ones here that I like is your updated search. So say I wanted to find out about auto text right here. I can just search that and find it and find that, even jump into that tool right away. If I need to delete this auto text here, I can go into my insert, quick parts, block organizer, find that signature here, and then delete. I'm actually going to keep that one. Yeah. So last thing I'll give you kind of here is updating this status bar or the ribbon. So you can customize your ribbon. One thing I would recommend is turning on the developer tab. That's usually not in there as automatically, but go through some of these tabs. You can pull over almost any tool that you use over and over again here. Like if you look at all commands, every tool is available for you there. So that's really helpful. And then finally, if I really like adding like stock photos, I can add this to my quick access bar and it will open it up right there. So that having that right at the top all the time. You double click, minimize that. If you don't like your ribbon showing up, double click, open it up and have it there available for you. With that, maybe the last one, just remember you have your format painter. If I want to paint that over and over again, double click that. And now I can make different things. My headings over and over again. With that, thank you all for your time. Well, guys, if you have any other questions about Microsoft Word, anything that you want to make a little bit easier for yourself, let me know. If you ever need help setting up a design for your entire company to use, creating a template, that getting that on each computer, let me know. Happy to kind of walk you through that process in deep detail. But hopefully these tips were helpful, and enjoy the rest of your day and week.